This is Roy Cannaday from Epic Gaming Night, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Malefic Curses expansion for Wiz-War. Malefic Curses expands your Wiz-War game with several new components. The biggest thing is it now allows you to play the game with 5 players, adding the purple color Necromancer miniature to the game. You also get the appropriate life dial and tokens to be able to play 5 players. There's also a new labyrinth tile for the 5th player, and you now set up the board in a cross-like pattern when playing 5 players. There are 72 different magic cards in this expansion in 3 different schools of magic. The first is Necromancy, which allows you to steal life, cheat death itself, and lots of things around undead and skulls. The next school is Chaos, which has lots of random effects and die rolling to see what the actual effect of the spell is after you play it. If you want chaotic stuff in your game, definitely play with Chaos. The third school is Hexcraft, with all sorts of curses that can affect your opponents and hexes that you place on the board, which add a whole lot more traps to the game. The game comes with several new tokens for the hexes, traps, and items that you'll encounter in this expansion. There's also a new type of energy called Flash Energy that you can't use to boost your movement, but are very powerful when using them in conjunction with other spells. The Chaos School of Magic also has Random Energy, where you'll play the energy card and roll a die to see what amount of energy you actually get. New spells bring all sorts of new combos, like you're on the verge of death and you cast a Screeching Skull spell at your opponent, they play a Ghost Shield and get the right die roll to redirect that damage back to you, which would end up killing you, and then you play the Delayed Death card to heal yourself a number of hit points equal to a die roll to keep yourself alive. Overall, Malefic Curses lets you play with an extra player and gives you all sorts of new spells to cast at your opponents as you're running around the labyrinth trying to collect treasure. Malefic Curses definitely adds a bunch of new interesting elements to your Wiz-War game. There's 3 new different types of spell books that you can add in and mix in with the other spells, mix and match the game how you like. You have the Necromancy, which adds all sorts of stuff that drains life and lots of things that have to do with skulls and undead and stuff like that. Then there's the Hexcraft, where there's a lot more traps you can put on the board and all sorts of different hexes that kind of can protect your sectors and kind of try to mess up the other players. And then the Chaos is the epitome of Wiz-War itself. Lots of dice rolling. It utilizes the D4 a whole lot more with that specific spell book. Random energy and all sorts of randomness in the Hexcraft book there. Then the big thing that this expansion adds is the 5th player, allowing you to play with an extra player, which is pretty interesting. The 5th player does slow down the game a little bit because it just takes a little bit longer to get back around to your turn, but I've played a ton of games with 5 players, and normally that's how I play the game now, and it just allows you to play the game with one more player involved. And I definitely love the little undead like wizard guy with the skull head miniature for the game. He's probably like my favorite one to play, and the color purple is always awesome too. So yeah, for me, I really enjoyed the whole Malefic Curses expansion. The main reason to get it would probably be if you want to add a 5th player to your Wiz-War game. If you aren't a fan of Wiz-War already, I don't think there's anything in this expansion that would make you want to join in. It's just more craziness, more randomness, lots of things like that. But if you are a fan of Wiz-War, this is definitely an expansion that you want to get if you want to add an extra player into the game and don't mind a little bit more downtime. But yeah, definitely check out Malefic Curses. It's definitely an expansion that I always use when I play Wiz-War. Thanks so much for checking out my Malefic Curses review. Let me know in the comments down below if you were a wizard trying to take out the other wizards in a labyrinth, what fantasy creature you would turn into to take them out and steal their treasure, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.